Okay, day 2. I'll go ahead and put day 2 and 3 together because obviously that's what it felt like. It felt like everything was just together, switched together. They go over just some, just company policies, everything from continuing on with safety. They showed the trucks and the new ABS brakes they have that help you to kind of get out of a skid, which is cool. And then they showed a lot on they showed a lot on like wreckage, Swift trucks that have actually gotten in wrecks, and obviously the power of the truck and how you can really hurt someone if you're not careful. So I mean, they went over all that, which is great, because I mean, obviously it puts everything in perspective, and even more so makes me want to be like, hey, look, I'm gonna be safe, be like a grandma driver on the road and take my time. I don't care, you honking at me, you flipping me off, I don't really care. I'm gonna get there safe. Safety above time, obviously. You want to use good ethic, which means if someone's pressuring you, got to get there on time, you got to get there on time. Yes, of course, you're selling service, which means on time, but at all costs, no good. You got to be safe, and which means if you have to drive slow, you got to acclimate to your situation. So if it's snowing, if it's raining, if it's dense fog, all that kind of crap, you got to be really good about knowing your limitations. So I'm getting all that. Cool part is that they had CHP show up, and CHP pretty much gave the spill on what they're looking for. Be careful, the pre-trips, make sure you do them, make sure you're not in violation, make sure you don't drive in the third lane, like all that kind of stuff. So they really broke down all the rules. But okay, so here's where it gets into the warnings. Swift is obviously a really big company. They're in the billions. I'm not sure how much, but for the most part, they're just saying, or they're pretty much just trying to protect themselves, which is understandable from a big company. So here's some of the rules. The rules is pretty much they reserve the right to fire you at any moment for any given reason, no justification needed. Obviously, if you give them just cause, then I'm sure they'll want to do something. But the whole point is they reserve that right. They made it very clear, put it in bold print. You got to highlight that thing, and you got to acknowledge it. From there, everything is on the driver. So which means any overages on the weight, driver pays the penalty. Any tickets on the road, driver pays the penalty. Any damage occurred, that kind of stuff, then driver pays the penalty. So they're really big on driver paying the penalty. So it gives the driver incentive, I guess, to be cool and do a good job. But yeah, it's kind of the downside because these tickets aren't like $25, $50 tickets. From what I'm understanding, what they've said was that the tickets, like let's say like on a logbook, if you fail to log properly, if you have a log violation, that kind of thing, you don't have it up to date when you go into the DOT scales and everything, then that can range anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000. And to be honest, that's just a lot. That made me had to sit back and think, oh crap, if I ever get one of those tickets, then I'm pretty much done trucking. I mean, how do you get into trucking and get out of to make money and get out of debt? You're gonna get your butt back into debt from trucking. So so it was it was something to think about. What else? Day 3. Day 3 was cool. It was a lot of motivation. They go over the medical, and it's kind of funny because in the medical, it was a really fast slides, PowerPoint and video, and it was boom, gone. Next thing you know, next topic. So I really didn't catch crap on the whole medical piece. I have no clue. If I'm allowed to bypass it, I probably will. But for the most part, you get medical, dental, vision, all that. I mean, not that you get it free, it comes out of your paycheck, but it's there. They didn't really go into a lot about per diem. So my question to you guys, if there's anybody out there who knows about the whole per diem and how that stuff works, they give you, I think it's like quarterly, you get a chance to jump in or jump out of the program. I want to know if anybody has any suggestions or comments about that as far as per diem. What's that about? And is that better than mileage? So we'll go from there. As a trainee though, you're stuck for the first 6 weeks. The first 4 you're getting paid, I think it's like $450, and then from there it goes to like $520 or something like that, or $530 or something like that. So the first 4 weeks is 4 something, and then the last 2 weeks is 5 something. The whole purpose of it is when we train, you go out the first 50 hours. You are a solo driver. What that means is pretty much the mentor will be there, will be in the seat, but is obligated to stay awake. Can't let you drive with them asleep. And that's for the first 50 hours, and then after that you can roll into team driving. So that's pretty much, you know, how that goes. 250 hours if you're a newbie like me. I think they said 160 if you were like a vet. You had, like, you know, you've been driving but haven't maybe been driving for the last year. So what I'm expecting to learn is pretty much everything. I mean, there is a no, including, you know, obviously coupling, backing into the trailer, you know, locking it up, you know, that kind of stuff. Whatchamacallit, docking, alley docking. And the thing I just found out yesterday was this: it was not only alley docking from the right, but you got to also do a blindside alley dock, which means from your left. You can look it up. Just look up the alley dock. You see, most of them do right because obviously blindside means you can't stick your head out the window and look. You have to check your mirrors and you have to do everything through mirror. So that's a beast. But I mean, you know, I have never done it, so we'll find out. The one thing they do stress is, even though you might look like a rookie, which I don't really care because I am, get out and check. You know, before you dock, get out and check. As you dock, get out and check. You know, all that kind of stuff, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to reduce backing incidents. There's accidents and incidents, but regardless, hitting anything is on your record. What else? Okay, they also showed how it's pretty cool. Swift is really big on accountability. From what I'm understanding is, like, man, they're like, don't you dare even try to cheat in your logbook, because Swift knows where you are, when you're there, whether the cab is on or off, at what time you left. I mean, they pretty much, their quote was, "Big Brother is watching." From there, I think they even said something to agree with. They had people on the road, not in trucks, but like in regular four wheels, you know. And they're out there and they're watching Swift vehicles purposely, because they want to make sure that the driver quality is there. See, I'm really sporadic, but you're gonna get a lot of information if you keep listening to these little blogs. I'm really doing the best I can to release information because nobody else did when I was looking for it. So at the end of the day, I'm hoping you benefit. No cell phones. No cell phones is what I was told. That's the driver policy. Even though in California you can use the Bluetooth, Swift policy is no cell phones. You can use the cell phone. I mean, if you get a call, you have to answer. You can pick it up really quick via Bluetooth or speaker, and just basically say, "Hey, I'm driving. I'll call you back." Or you can opt to get into a Swift approved stopping area, put out your hazards and whatever the case may be, and, you know, take your call. But most likely nobody's gonna do that. They stress because obviously who would want to go through the trouble just for a "Hey, how you doing" kind of call. But obviously, you know, you have your 10-hour break, you have all that kind of stuff that, you know, that you can make your calls and everything. So, you know, they stress to no cell phones. Okay, I got 2 more minutes. Let me see. Obviously alcohol, don't drink. Don't be stupid, don't drink. But if you do, you gotta be 12 hours out. You know, you gotta be 12 hours out from drinking. So, you know, obviously to drink means you have to sit and wait, and nobody has time to do that. The next video I'm gonna get into is actually gonna be really cool. It's probably one of the best pieces of information that I got from the orientation. To be honest, it answered a lot of questions in regards to, is Swift a good company and all this other stuff. And obviously, I haven't even driven for Swift, so I have no clue other than you know, listening to the speakers. And to be honest, I walked away like, okay, that's pretty fair, that's pretty cool, and I'm digging what they have to say. So part three.